Hello everyone, this is your host Fully Armed. Today we're going to be going over a very important video. We're going to be talking about how to move in Bee Swarm Simulator. When you look at your macro, how's that macro moving? Okay, so I just want to go over real quick some movements while I'm here in a red field while I'm a white hive, and but either way. So I'm gonna start over here. You press down a key and then you hold it for so many seconds, right? If I hold W, I move up and then I let go. I press S, then I let go. Okay? So you see the movements going up and down. I hit what is it? D, going to the right. I hit A, I'm going to the left. But I stop moving when what? The key goes up. But as the key, I'm holding A, for example, there's a certain amount of delay that from this point for me to get from that point to this point. Okay, and that all comes into play. Okay, here's space. Space is just what? A click. Here's my left mouse, I'm holding down, and that brings my wand, right, my pedal wand down to go ahead and farm. Okay, so real quick, and then of course you could move and all that other good stuff, but we're not talking about movement to screen, we're talking about movement of player in a macro. So again, real quick, just go over, see, they're pressing escape or enter, which resets your player. Then make sure that all the keys are up, space, A, S, D, W. Okay, here you rotate 160 if you're not oriented right. We know that if you press O's, what does that O do? Am I fully in? Oh, I am fully in. So if you hit O, it zooms you out, right? Before we might see ourselves like this. We want to see more of the screen, it zooms out. So, okay, and what are we doing? Okay, I'm just gonna go over a little bit, but pretty much when you respawn at your hive, especially a lot of this is for cannon, or if you're going towards the cannon area, you will see W. So you'll run into your hive, and then everybody goes to the right towards the cannon. Okay, and so from press W down, and it takes 1,000 milliseconds to hit that wall, right? Or to really make sure that you're at that wall, right? And then when you press key down, D, you start going towards the red canyon. Now the red canyon takes about 4,000 milliseconds, okay? And then here you jump. I'm going to Coco, so it jumps, and while it's jumping, what key is down? The key of D is still down. It jumps. It goes past the cannon. It hits another. It jumps again. Right? And then we're going to see this in action. Then, while all this is happening, while this key D is still pressed down, all of a sudden, we see key up. So what does that look like? And I do want to show you what does that look like. So here it reset the player. I'm at my hive. The first thing it's going to do is W, right? And it's going to hit. You can see how long I hit the wall. That delay could actually be shorter, but whatever's. Some things we don't need to be so specific. There it goes. It goes all the way up, hits the wall, jump. Goes that 5,000, jump. Goes 2,000. There it goes and turns. Now it's going W, jump, jump while still pressing W. Goes there, stops there, press D1. And I'm doing Coco. An example of Coco while my crab is out. Ooh. So, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to die. I was going to say kill my crab. But there goes that idea of killing a crab in the middle of a video. I guess it didn't want me to do that. And there I go, closing. Oh wait, I was thinking I closed my macro again. Open up. Okay, there we go. Okay. So you can see the movement. Here's the space, that those two spaces I told you. It continued, it hit that one wall, it went straight, right? 1,000, and then we saw it jump 3 times. See how the delays change. Make sure that it gets to where it needs to get. Jump, delay, jump. All while it's pressing W. Okay. All while it's pressing that. Then it goes into the key of A, which goes to the left. Now I land in Coco. The key goes up. I press D1. I press and I put my sprinkler down. So D1 is your keyboard reference. And I have that information if you want to learn how to play sprinklers and all that. So there's your D1. Okay, and then you go into this repeat. So this repeat, and I have mine slightly different than most people. And this is my Coco, so my Coco is also very interesting. I go from a small circle, and then my circle goes bigger. Okay. The other interesting thing that you notice is that each cycle run ends up the last 2 at add 10. This puts me almost perfectly in the same spot that I started with. So I'm not running around the board. I'm not going off the board. I'm not doing anything else like that. But let's go over the macro. Right? So now I'm going to the right. The key is pressed down for this many seconds. Then I'm going up. Then I'm going to the left. Then I'm going down. And then I'm repeating the same thing. How many times? Repeating it 3 times. But in the 3rd time, what's different is the last 2 delays. And then I give it a short delay, and then I go into bigger circles 3 times. Okay. I think we should be able to see that. Let me see. Let's go ahead and do it. So don't mind if the crab kills me. I just want you to see the movement. If not, we're going to another location so you can see the movement. All right, he's going to go to the right. See, even my haste kicks in. A lot of times that doesn't bother. Okay. Now here might make a difference because he might place his sprinkler a little bit further. Oh, see? So 1 circle. See how he is doing the circles? Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Control Q. What would be a good field? You know what? I have, since we're close to it, why don't we just go to Dandy? This is usually the tricky one. Okay. All right. I hate when I do that. Okay. Cool. I didn't mess up the macro. Sometimes when you move your mouse and do stuff where your macro is going, you can mess up the macro. And you have to restart it again. Okay, so. Bam. Okay. Now you say, oh, but you're doing small circles, super small. I do that because when haste kicks in, right, and you in your haste number, see my circle is very small. See how almost each time I almost start where I started off from. The way that I do my numbering sequence. This is the hardest field to do because I think this is the only field that I might actually run off. But even as his haste grows, he almost tries to go to the same spot. Okay. This is the only one that I do go a little bit off field, but it doesn't bother me because it's not a macro that I use a lot. I could also place my sprinkler a little bit before that spot, but I don't really use Dandy on a daily basis. So again, you're just doing this. Key down, 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 up, 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 down, up. And the delay is how much it got me from point A to point B is what the delay is. So let's go over here. Let's stop this. Let's look at the macro here. Okay, pretty much doing the same thing. Here's your hive slot for this one. Goes to the location. I made the circles a little smaller. Now, I did notice right where I put the sprinkler is a little bit higher than what I want, okay? This is me going into the Dandy. Oops, I don't know why I did that. Okay, that doesn't want to do it. Okay. I did see that I went into the Dandy a little further than I like. But hey, look at this. I could change this number right here just by 100. And because I changed the number, let's see where I'm at. I do that just to get. I don't want to start the macro with haste. Okay. So change that a little bit. So I should put, and I just want you to see, so I could put the sprinkler a little bit before where I put it last time, which we saw was a little bit too far. Okay, yeah, see? Before it was on the other side. Again, haven't played it with too much on Dandy because I don't use Dandy. I haven't used Dandy in a very long time. But that is how you move around Bee Swarm. Okay, see how that little adjustment sometimes might just be what you need. Now, I would say this. And I don't know if, okay, maybe this, you know, when you quit a macro, you have to press your A, W, S, D, and space. Sometimes your left click to stop it from moving around. Now, if you play it and you say, hey, I just want to move. I'm not sure where that spot is in the macro, but that is the spot that I need to fix. And I'm going to fix the movement towards the sprinkler. And I'm like, man, that one just acts up on me. Okay, so it's going to, this one right here, right before I'm going to stop it. He's going to keep going because I said, you just have to press W again real quick. But look where this blue is. You see, when I hit Control Q, it stopped me at this delay, saying this delay is where he is walking right now. Okay, and then as you saw earlier, I could change that delay. So now I want to show you so that way you guys can know. You could do the same thing. You start, you move to the right, you're going to the cannon on a different slot, and you say, hey, you know what? I didn't reach the cannon. Well, do it again. Hit Control Q while you're walking that step and see where it's at in your macro and change it if you don't know how to find it already. Maybe my macro is in this movement and I don't know where I'm at in it. This one is going to be hard because the circles are so small and collective, but you can stop it. And what it should do is highlight that area in that section. So when I stopped it, it had the key D down. You see why I had to press D again? Because the key D, according to this macro, was down. Okay, and because I stopped the macro, it was still down. Okay, so usually I just press A, WSD real quick, space sometimes, mouse, so it could stop moving my player wherever it's going. Okay, so that is movement within a macro. Key up, key down. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. We try to go in detail, do a deep dive on macros, on movement. You know what? Because we're doing a deep dive, let's do another one. I want to do one. You know what? I'm just going to do another quick reference. You know what? I don't want to. Oh, yeah, you know what? I didn't make that good change, so let's save it. If anything happens, I could just always go back and fix it. So I have this bug run, which would be perfect for this. Now this is a longer macro, and maybe, you know, you're not sure where the issue is. Okay, but you know that after rows, for example, so in this macro, when it does a bug run, and we're going to wait till it gets to rows, okay? If it gets there. This macro doesn't run perfectly each time. I'm not going to sit there and tweak it because Beesmas had made some things a little bit more difficult, and I just made some quick adjustments and everything else like that. Okay, so when it goes from rows, it goes to clover. And wherever I have an issue. Ooh, sorry about that. It's getting late over here. Wherever I have an issue, I hit Control Q, and it will pinpoint to that specific spot. So then I could go ahead and look at it. Okay. My bug is a little different. I not only do the bug run, I try to farm a little bit of the field, and then after the bug run, usually I do I check polar, and that way I could hand in whatever I need to hand in. Okay, this is the bug run that if you've been looking at share macros in the community, I have been posting this because people are asking me or asking, hey, anybody has a good bee macro? So I had an issue with the original macro, which I love and I still have, but I would hit the fireplace when I was going to do the ticket check. And so I went ahead and modified and took the ticket check out of my macro. Okay. He doesn't collect all the tokens, but most of the tokens is collected. And I see errors, and a lot of those errors is just because my speed has changed since Beesmas, but it looks like it's going to run the macro. If I had an issue in this part right here, Control Q, and I will go look at it. But again, I just wanted to let it play so that way you guys could see it and see how it works. Okay, killed them. They're dead. Alright, come on, fully. Come on, Mr. Macroing with your bad self. Oh yeah, look at that jump jamming. It's all in sync. There we go. Comes over here. Had a slight issue too because now you have the present box there, which you didn't have. Okay. Again, wherever you have the issue, I can't stress enough. Control Q. If my issue was here, I would hit Control Q. One of the things I do want to do, I need to put my sprinkler box. But either way, for Polar Bear, this is more than good enough. He farmed. I think he does it 1 or 2 more times. There we go. Now he's going to go over to clover. Let's say he stops here. Again, I just want to show you. Come over here, exit. Look at this, 2 clover. This is rows. This is him picking up and collecting at rows. it ended the circles and ended connect. This is where it ended collecting the tokens and everything in rows. From there, we press S, which goes to that wall as he did, and then D, which he makes a long run to the right. Why do I have it twice? No idea. Didn't feel like really cleaning up this macro. Maybe there was a reason why they did it. I just don't know why there's two. But anyway, here's the really long run. After this run, he hits the wall. What do you do when you hit a wall? You have to jump. There's your space, and there's the delay. There's another jump. And then he goes here, and then he goes and farms a couple more moves, and he goes and farms clover. Okay. But again, Control Q brings you to what you're not. He didn't reach the wall. Okay, I go here, maybe change it to 1600 or 1700 and see what number I need to go to. Another thing that happens sometimes is you hit a wall and you're just there staring at the wall. Then we go ahead and reduce this number. You know, that's it for movement. I think I covered every single aspect of moving within a macro and how to change and edit delays. You know, one of the things that takes a long time in these macros is just playing them over and over and over, so you can watch and get it to where you want your player to be on the field and everything else like that. Again, I hope you enjoy this video. If you like this channel, if you like what we're doing, again, please go ahead and share our comments. Please share, like, subscribe. We have more and more content we're trying to push each and every single week coming out. We're trying to learn new stuff so that way we can get it to you. If you have any comments, if you want to see different videos or certain videos on macroing, please go ahead and let us know. We do plan to dwell in and get into other areas, but the main dedication of this video is towards the macros. So I hope you enjoy it, and you guys have an amazing day wherever you are at. This is Fully Armed. Peace.